field, realising that every run they can save from here and every wicket opportunity has got to be taken.
Yeah, well, Carey's just eyeing up mid-off. Mid-off in the circle, he's just waiting for anything in his zone that he can.
Who gets down the other end for a single.
Yeah, that was in the slot, and mid-wicket's in the circle, the big vacant space. It's not a big hit anyway over to mid-wicket, with the mid-wicket in the circle. That was right in the slot for Carey to just plant it over the top of him. Mid-off's in the circle and extra cover, so you think that this is going to be short to Coulton or wide outside off stump.
Wahab in, he goes for the off stump. Oh, he's been caught behind the thin edge and has Sarfraz diving to his left. He has an inside edge. Sarfraz has taken it low. Delight for Wahab, delight for the crowd. So the bowling option has worked with Wahab on from the Somerset Pavilion end, and a very thin inside edge is a big swing from Nathan Coulton-Isle. He's on his way for just 2. And Australia 299 for 7.
Yeah, Nathan Coulton-Isle will be disappointed. Angle from over the wicket.
I mean, he might not get a chance to come in and pick up further wickets. You get the sense of he itching to come and try and mop up this innings now. 3 wickets already in the innings. He'd dearly love a few more, but at the moment Wahab is getting in on the action.
It's understandable. He bowled 2, 1 remaining. Sarfraz is thinking, let Wahab Riaz bowl this over, and then I'm sure Mohammed Amir will come back and bowl the 49th, and it'll be Hassan Ali to finish off 1 over at the far end, and then you probably look at something like Shaheen Afridi or potentially Wahab Riaz to go back down the far end and probably finish with the last over. He's got a couple of options that he could use, Sarfraz Ahmed.
Yeah, Shaheen Afridi bowled his 10 overs earlier too for new batsman. Looking to defend on off stump, fielded by Point, who's running in with some purpose to pick up, and does so cleanly. So 299 for 7, Carey on 18.
Yeah, and you look at it from Australia's perspective. They had a chance to bat Pakistan completely out of this game, and they should have got over 350. And on this wicket, you'd say that would have been game, set and match, but I'm falling short of that. 325.
Yeah, it's not been the pummeling batting performance that you expected, as Wahab is in. That could have been another thin top edge that time. Cummins was looking to play late. A late cut shot, which he rehearses now. Third man is back on the fence, but he's wandering away towards square leg Cummins. He's having a little bit of a word with himself.
Yeah, you just look at England when they batted first against Bangladesh. They just completely batted Bangladesh out of the game, 386, and Australia had the chance to do a similar thing here against Pakistan.
Here goes Wahab. Bowls to Cummins. There is a bounce, almost knocks Cummins off his feet because he ducked out of it. He has managed to stay upright, but fast bowler to fast bowler. It's quite a contest to watch, which is entertaining for the crowd. Lots of smiles on faces. There's even a slight smile on Pat Cummins' face as he acknowledged Wahab. He's had the signal from the umpire. It was flying over his... I say flying over his head. He was ducking underneath it quite substantially.
So much noise, don't they, the Pakistan supporters?
They've been vocal today. It's been fun. Clipped away off the legs behind the square leg umpire. Clean pick up in the deep, just a single. So this is better Pakistan. You feel like they're suddenly coming together as a team and clawing their way back in. It brings up the 300 for Australia in the 40.
Warner and Finch did, and then you try and get the 400 and play one or two expansive. They
have just let it slip away, haven't they? Start of a new over. Hassan Ali bowling just outside the off stump. Cummins is able to get off strike quickly, just drop it into the offside, get through for a single and double. His tally. He's got 2, Australia 301 for 7. Carey on strike is the only thing that matters really for them from now on. Just see what he can do. Made his highest score last start against India at the Oval. Towards Llong on, just through for 1, 302 for 7. He's a real carver and slicer kind of player. Loves backward point cover, get a bit of width and throw his hands through the ball. He's played some scything sort of innings for the Adelaide Strikers in the Big Bash. So
yeah, he looks like he's got a real good, strong mentality. Don't know him that well, but from what I hear, he's a great guy to have around the team.
Very steady sort of personality. Hassan coming over the wicket to Cummins.
Five, 310. You go into the dressing room having been looking at the Aussies at 190 for 2 after 30 overs. They can be in that dressing room having restricted them for 305, 310. Fakhar Zaman, Al-Haq, you know, good players. Shoaib Malik and Mohamed Hafiz, experience in the middle. Babar Azam, one of those gets 100. You just never ever know.
It doesn't look too bad for batting out there now that the day's warmed up a bit. Maybe the early moisture's out of the air a little.
The carry should encourage the Aussie quicks. They've gone with 4 and just Glenn Maxwell as the spinning option. Maxwell maybe.
So runs against spin have happened. I've been feeling for Wahab Riaz all day, just the number of catches that have gone down from his bowling over the years. I think he's the most dropped bowler that I reckon I've seen playing international cricket. Stuart Broad's up there, but just in terms of the quality of support in the field, Hassan bowling to Mitchell Starc, getting a thick leading edge out to cover, no run. You know, Broad's had catches like Stokes in the gully and a reasonable slip call, and Alistair Cook did a job at first slip. But the quality of Pakistan catching. Asif Ali's put down 2 simple ones today off Wahab.
The English slip call for a couple of years hasn't been that good.
Been a fair bit of rotation through there, hasn't there?
Roll up, roll up. Who fancies a go?
Hassan Ali bowling to Stark, up on his toes, trying to drop the ball away, just tip and run, but Hassan Ali sprints through in his follow-through and hurls himself on the ball on the onside of the pitch.
And this is I think this is the frustration for all Pakistan supporters, that in the last 4 or 5 overs they've suddenly got the buzz and the energy and they've been active. The first 40 overs they were so bad.
The number of overthrows, the missed fielding, Shoaib Malik at mid-off, just letting the ball through his hands for 4. You crush a bowler's heart. It's hard work. Hassan Ali doing that work. Short ball. Stark tries to pull, misses completely. And the over comes to an end with 3 consecutive dots to follow the wicket.
Are you a virgin? நான் கேட்ட கேள்வி உங்களுக்கு புரியுதா இல்லையா மிஸ் மீரா? நீங்க கன்னித்தன்மையோட இருக்கீங்களா இல்லையா?
இல்ல.
It's good notice Mohammed Amir's to bowl this one. That's brilliant.
Just keeping them on their toes.
Riaz will bowl the last one at the far end. Hassan Ali's bowled out 1 for 67 from his 10. Mohammed Amir, magnificent. 3 for 25.
Get that slag on the leg.
Riaz taking a catch off Amir's bowling and saying, see, that's how you do it. You can hang on to a few. Help out your fast bowlers. Amir, left arm, drops a bit short, miscued, pull shot on the bounce down to deep fine leg.
You're lying. You're lying. Just answer my question.
As that came off the thick top edge. Carey goes to 20.
Exactly my point.
Objection, Your Honor. What did you say, Miss Meera Krishnan? What did you tell him? Objection.
Please.
What did you say?
Sir, this is bloody bullshit.
சொல்லுங்க. இப்படி நரைய.
இந்த மாதிரி போடுவீங்களா? இந்த மாதிரி தான் நடக்கும்.
There's no distinct change of action when he's bowling that slower ball into the circle.
Slender, build, left arm, swinging it early. Now he's just angling in at the pads. Another single, worked away down the deep fine leg. Stark just clipping that neatly enough. 304 for 8.
Fielding change to Alex Llong there. He looks well into the circle by the umpire. Mid-wicket goes back to cow corner on the boundary.
So 3 out on the onside. Deep mid-wicket, long on, deep backward square, but square leg up as Michael Vaughan notes. 3 and
the arm of Mohammed Amir, unless there's an inside edge, it looks out. It's like it's going to be thumping into leg stump. It's full.
Yeah,
just
fair delivery and front on, please.
Just an hint of in swing as well. Just whether it's a bit of reverse or just the angle.
it looked like Wahab was reversing it a little bit in the previous over, and he drew that inside edge.
Yeah.
Tail. Hit him on the
like there's any
ankle.
bat in that, but can we just check
probably clipping leg
with
stump.
ultra edge, please?
Carey's seen the screen. He's on his way. There's no
Yeah,
inside
rock and roll,
edge.
please. Just keep rock and roll.
Yeah, he's sort of fanned over the top of the ball as it's angled in towards middle and leg. It's left arm over the wicket, and it's just pitched. It's just bounced in front of him and then hit him on the back ankle.
Okay,
In front of
still
middle and
just
leg.
waiting for
Can't
it
see
now.
that going
Just
anywhere
waiting.
else. It's become the
Roll
accepted
that
part
right
of
through.
the
Roll it
third
right
umpire
through. It's missing the. Look, just rock and roll that for me, just to check to make sure we've got no spike here.
Still looking at the ultra
Just
edge
keep
here.
going
It's still
through. It
not
doesn't
moving.
look as if we have.
Surely when you can see daylight between bat and ball, you don't.
We're just waiting on ball tracking now.
An obvious
Ruchira
ball. Alex
won't be
Carey,
long.
he's off.
He's off.
He's gone.
And Kane Richardson is standing by the boundary rope, leaning on his bat, trying not to look passive-aggressive. I'd like to be supportive, but I'm afraid I don't believe you're going to be saved here. Now we're seeing the whole thing.
Right,
from front
Hawkeye's
on.
now ready.
Hawkeye's finally got ready. Brushed its teeth. Had a coffee. And we're seeing that
Okay, pitching in
middle.
line, impacting line,
And
and
smashing leg
hitting
stump.
the wickets. Let's go back on field to Ruchira.
Well, it could be a psychological study in delayed gratification
Yeah, you're on
for
screen,
a bowler.
mate. Let's give it out.
But Mohammad
Well done.
Amir is in the book for his four for 27 in his final over of the day. He's got 3 balls to try to make it a 5-wicket haul.
It took a little bit too long, that, didn't it? Yeah, can he get 5 wickets? 4 for 27.
Wow.
We've sat right behind every single delivery that Mohammad Amir has produced with the new ball in the middle of the innings, now at the end of the innings, and it's been a masterclass.
He's been tremendous. That first couple of overs of the day had everybody in the commentary box exclaiming at every delivery. He's hooping. And it's so good to see him bowling well again. I think there were green shoots in that first match against the West Indies, even though they were smashed. He bowled beautifully. He took 3 for 26 or 27, I think, after a couple of very barren years. Mohammad Amir bowling to Kane Richardson, Australia's number 11, outside off, driven away through the covers. They'll take a single. Australia 305 for 9, Richardson off the mark. But if you look at that last couple of years, Mohammad Amir took 3 for in the Champions Trophy final in 2017, and then I think in about 15 matches over the next 2 years took about 5 wickets, averaged 90 odd, could not take a wicket in one-day cricket, was left out of the side, left out of the squad, brought back in at the last gasp, and now he's having a great World Cup.
Yeah, I just wonder if it was just to give him a bit of a kick up the backside, but Collingwood was still at 4.5s.
Amir to Mitchell Stark, left armour to left-hander, glanced away off the pads, might beat the dive to the rope. The dive stops the ball for once. Pakistan in the outfield have pulled off a save. Shaheen Shah Afridi, I think, down there, has got his long frame across. He's got and last ball of Amir's spell. Can he get the 5 for? Ball in hand, running away from us at the graveyard end. He bowls to Stark, who slogs him in the air, down the ground, and he's caught at Llong. A 5-wicket haul for Mohammad Amir. He drops to his knees, lets his forehead kiss the turf here at the Taunton ground, and raises his eyes to the skies as his teammates swarm in to mob him. His spell comes to an end. 10 overs, 5 for 30, and a standing ovation for Mohammad Amir. Australia bowled out for 307, and what a way to do it.
Yeah, the slower ball. I think he times it okay. Mitchell Stark goes straight to the fielder on the edge. Shahid Malik with a nice simple catch. That is a DVD on how to bowl in one-day cricket. Skill, variation, to left-handers to right-handers, the right lengths, bouncer at the right time, slower ball at the right time. That has been a bowling masterclass.
And I think particularly not giving up. That first couple of overs where he bowled so well but couldn't take a wicket, and then it looked like Australia had got on top. He refused to give in. He came back and said, I'm just going to keep working away at my craft.
Yeah, and it must be difficult sometimes when you're bowling well, yet the ball's travelling to all. They've managed to restrict Australia to 307 on this kind of ground, on this wicket. There's a bit there, but one of that top 3 gets in and gets 100. This is certainly chaseable.
It may sound like a hefty score, but they've really dragged it back. The opening partnership was 146 in 22 overs, so at that stage they could have been on for 360, 380, something enormous. Aaron Finch and David Warner combining. Finch was the first to go.